I would like to ask you if you could close your eyes for a little moment, please. Imagine you are a 16 years old teenager sitting in a dark container between a lot of boxes. You don't have space to move. You have no light, no food, and absolutely no clue where you are. You jumped on a ship in order to escape. You came from a place where war was the leading thing in your life. Every day, you were trying to survive, to find any of your friends and family members. The place you just left is called Aleppo, a town in Syria. Aleppo is one of the most dangerous places in the world at the moment. You realized that your family and your friends didn't make it. Originally, you're not from that place. You're from West Africa. You're from Ghana. You also had to leave that country some years ago because corruption and of rebels who were pulling the strings of the country. You were seeking for a better place to live. You wanted to get to Europe, but you couldn't make it and were stuck in that place, Aleppo. War separated you from your family. You lost everything you had, all the money you saved, but you've made it to a safer place. You survived. You can open your eyes now. Hey, my name is Torge. I'm a postgraduate student from Germany. And some of you guys are asking yourself right now, why is this guy giving a speech and why does he want to tell us this story? That's a good question. This story is the story of one of my closest friends named Ernest Gejaba. I met him during the time I was working in a refugee camp where I realized this guy is my age. He loves to play soccer. He loves to work out. We're kind of similar, aren't we? As soon as he told me his story in broken English with hands and feet, I realized how different we are in regards to our past. I had goosebumps, like right now. When I was going home, I couldn't stop thinking about his story. I started feeling rich very somehow. I called him and told him that he should come to our soccer practice. At that time, I was playing in the highest German league where you cannot just bring friends to your club practice, but I did, because I knew I needed to integrate this guy. This guy needs a chance, which I was happy to give. And at the end of practice, it turned out that he was amazing. He was one of the best. On the way back home, after practice, he started crying. I didn't know what was going on with him because he just made the team. When I asked him, he said, I cannot believe what is happening to me at this moment. My life made this huge 360 within days, and people starting to respect and accept me. You have to know that he was already in Germany for a couple of months before we met, and nobody talked to him. I started to realize what the whole point was. It was not just about the fact that he was finally living in a safer place. It was about getting integrated, to getting accepted and respected. Because after all what have happened, lost so many friends and family members, by the way, his whole family is dead, almost died so many times, he just wanted to be normal, which meant for him simply to be part of a group, to have a safe life, and simply to socialize. I started meeting him more often when I was working at this refugee camp. It's a small built-up village for just immigrants, a very, very crowded place. I was very upset the first time I saw it because 300 immigrants in a place the size of our Paris Hall, living right next to each other, the smell from people who couldn't shower on their dangerous journeys to Germany, screaming kids, crying mothers, overstressed workers trying to manage the situation. This made me angry, but I know I couldn't change the situation because the government simply doesn't have the resources and the labor to deal with this overwhelming situation. My family says that my volunteering to work with those refugees demonstrated my integrity, but to be honest, I haven't thought about things like integrity. But to me, it was an obvious choice. I had to do something in some way, and I knew it was the right thing. playing soccer and playing hide and seek was the next best thing for me to do with all the kids, ranging from 4 to 20 years old, from more than 15 different countries, mostly from Syria or Afghanistan. Some were totally fluent in English. Others couldn't even say their names. But that didn't matter, because we had fun. They could forget about their situation and just simply play with each other. People asked me what I had to give up to volunteer. After thinking about it so many times, I came to the answer that I didn't have to give up anything, nothing. Instead of hanging out with my friends and playing FIFA on lazy days, we played soccer with those kids at a refugee camp. Instead of still addressing refugees as an economical problem, I was looking behind the scenes and lost all of my bad prejudices and thoughts about refugees and made my own picture about it. Through this experience, I got more sensitive about the whole crisis than through shocking news and pictures in the media. It opened my eyes to what actually was going on. And now I realize in my daily life how much this whole situation influenced me. How much it could mean to a person to be integrated in a group. How much it could mean to find a new place to live where you don't have to fight for your life every single day. I lost the line. How much it can mean to have the free choice to do what you ever want to do. All the things I totally took for granted. And it also taught me a huge lesson. Not everything which is mentioned in the media is right. The conventional wisdom and the thinking of the people around you does not need to be your opinion. But here at this great place, I also had the experience of integrating. This time I was in the opposite position. I was the new guy from the other side of the world, knowing nobody. I was the person who was happy to get integrated. Everyone here has been so welcoming and friendly. I've also noticed how lucky we all are here at this place. I really don't want to offend any one of you, but I call this wonderful place the golden cage of privilege. Here at HBA, we have so many privileges that many of us take for granted, including me. Instead of complaining about security guys, we should appreciate that we live in a place in safety. Instead of chasing for the latest technology, like the new iPhone or whatever, being grateful what you have makes you happier than a new phone. I mean, how many of you know the situation when you really want to have something new, and as soon as you get it, it totally loses its value you thought it would have? I definitely know the situation very well. But there were moments in my life which changed those thoughts next to my experience at the refugee camp, like, for example, traveling to a different country, which might be poorer than Germany or the United States, like certain countries in Asia or Africa. Seeing how slums are looking like, experiencing how people literally have to fight for their life every single day. And I want to encourage you to make your own experiences, because we as teenagers, as young adults, rely significantly on the opinions and experience of our parents and teachers. Those are really important, no doubt, but the experiences we make by ourselves have a greater impact on us than just words and stories from others. I feel lucky that I was given the opportunity to volunteer, because for the first time in my life I had the feeling I could change something in somebody's life, and without being seen, like Michael said. And I'm more than happy to be at this school. I really want to thank everyone and each of you who makes my time more than a unique time. I'm happy that so many students are here so open for new friendships and learn from each other. That's unique. Please keep being so open and supportive to each other, because I believe everything you give will come back to you one day. And I really hope you understand now why I wanted to talk to you and what I'm trying to say. I want to thank you all for listening, but again, I really want to urge all of you, go out, make your own experiences, make it happen and see how it will impact your daily life, how appreciation and gratefulness for what you have will make you a happier human being. Thank you.